Hey everybody, Nerdcoids here with a special video to my American friends, but actually not really to my American friends. They're pretty smart to begin with. No, this is aimed more towards some of the spokespeople and the people in the media, especially celebrities like Louis C.K., Bill Maher, even Joss Whedon, who's doing these Save Today series of videos right now to try and encourage people to vote for Hillary Clinton. You guys are assholes. And I'll tell you why. Wait, I know. You just already shut off the video. That's fine. For the rest of us, I'll tell you why they're assholes. Because dumping on millennials like you have, especially Bill Maher and Louis C.K., and I think D.L. Hughley said something about it on The View back when Bernie Sanders was still in contention. I mean, I don't understand the reasoning behind why you were trying to alienate the so-called millennials from voting, because chastising them, talking down to them, saying that they're lazy, that they don't know anything, and that they're not experienced enough and they don't realize the danger. I think you guys are full of shit. I think you're selling that so-called generation short. And I'm saying so-calling because millennials is a made-up word, a buzzword that some marketing jerk-off came up with. And to be perfectly honest, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. I mean, millennials are probably the most diverse, the most divergent, the most unhomogenized generation, if you will. They all have different approaches. They all come from different economic strata. They all have different goals. They all have different political affiliations. And yes, they actually probably know more about the world than my generation, Generation X, does. I mean, if I were an American citizen right now and I were going to vote in this election, I probably would vote for Hillary Clinton out of expedience in the hopes that we could fight for another day. But that would be a very faint hope. And that would be only because, well, let's face it, Jill Stein doesn't inspire a lot of confidence either. And Gary Johnson's a moron. And Trump, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. So, yeah. But I cannot blame someone else for wanting to write in Bernie Sanders or for wanting to vote Jill Stein. You know, people from my side of the political spectrum. I'm a socialist, by the way. So there, I've just probably lost a few other people watching this. That's fine. Fuck you too. For the rest of you who are still listening, if anyone is still listening, that is, if you want to reach millennials, you have to think back to when you were roughly their age and wonder, gee, if somebody talked down to me like that, said I'm the most useless generation ever, that I'm so self-centered, that I'm so lazy, that I lack complete motivation, that I don't know anything, that I am willfully ignorant, and that all I ever do is just, watch celebrity bullshit like the Kardashians, et cetera, et cetera. Just think, if you were treated that way, how would you react? Would you go, oh, golly, gee, I guess those people, mom and dad and their generation, they're really saying something. Yeah, I better vote the same way as them. Or would you basically give them the middle finger? I know that if I were about 20 years younger, I probably would. Just treating this generation like they're idiots, and that, it's just showing a level of contempt that frankly is unearned, and unearned not just towards them, but that you haven't earned the right to be so scornful of them. You want them to vote your way. You want them to avoid, voting for a third candidate so that Trump can, ascend to the presidential throne, or whatever which way you want to look at it, and start World War III, or that's that's the other thing about the lesser of two evils. That would be a totally different video. Not interested in discussing that right now. Because it's clear that we're looking between insane and not so insane. And not so insane, it's kind of palatable right now. All this to say, stop harping on millennials. Say to them, look, I know you want Bernie Sanders. I know you don't like our choices. I know you think it's all bullshit and that voting is so outdated and that there are different ways of mobilizing oneself and to get organized and to do, demonstrations to stop, evil forces into accomplishing their tasks. I mean, we're looking at out in North Dakota, there's a lot of millennials out there that are doing that. They're putting themselves on the front line. They've got skin in the game. They know they've got skin in the game. They know that Donald Trump is an atrocious person. But stop hitting them on the head with a hammer, because it's either just going to put them to sleep or they're going to start hammering back at you, and you're not going to get what you want or what you need or what you think everyone needs. In other words, fuck off. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.